You Give Love a Bad Name by Bon Jovi. And so the riffs continue. Now what's cool about You Give Love a Bad Name is all the string bending on the introduction, the pitch, the control, the vibrato. It's got nice riffs, nice pinched harmonics, got some nice power chords kicking in. So it's a really busy song the whole way through, and it does work on acoustic, but to be honest it does tend to lean towards electric. So what we're going to do is please make sure you've got a copy of the tab as well, the PDF, and we're going to start with focusing on our fretting hand, and we're going to see how to play it. Now look how close the fingers are to the fretboard. Fingers 1, 2 and 3 on frets 4, 5 and 6, so we're going to start bending with actually 3 fingers, even though the third finger, your ring finger, does all the work. So you're on fret number 6 with the ring finger, but 1 and 2 are backing it up, and it's going to be, and you're bending it up the equivalent of 2 frets. So if you want to know the pitch that you're bending to, go to number 8. That's the pitch I want to hear. So when I bend, I've got the pitch like that. So that's your point of reference. Be careful you don't go, because you can hear that was flat. But if you bend a little too much, your ear can often stop you in time, and it sounds pretty sweet. Now after you've done that first bend, once you've done that 6th bend as on the PDF on the tab sheet, you return the note down to the 6th, and I actually bend it down with it. I actually pull the note back. They call the terminology is called release, but release to me implies that's releasing, okay? But the terminology is release, and what it means is you're sort of unbending it, so you're pulling the string back to pitch. Now, so I'm going to quickly focus on my picking hand, because there's some important techniques we need to get into place here. First of all, use a very hard pick. I found the very flimsy, very flexible picks don't give you accuracy as well. So you're going to start off, and you're resting your pick just above the 2nd string, and you'll notice my thumb is actually making contact with the top strings. You can actually see the strings move when I push my pressure of the thumb against it. Also, my middle finger and the ring finger are actually holding on to the 1st string. You can see the 1st string move there. So when I bend, my thumb is actually touching the top strings, and he's securing the thinner string. So and you can hear with the note being released, I didn't move my pick. So you can hear the note and see the difference in movement. Okay, so if I zoom out again, we're going to have something like this. You can watch the left and right hand movement together. Once you've done that, you're onto fret 4. Now your 1st finger is already pre-positioned in the 4th fret if you started the string bend correctly. So starting right's definitely going to make this work a lot better. So looking at the 4, and you're going to go back to the 6 and do a quicker bend and release. And then you come back to the 4 after that. But you can do a pull-off. You can notice there that when I do the pull-off, you'll notice that my picking hand didn't move. Okay, so I like the pull-offs and the hammer-ons because they give you much more legato. It's much more flowing. Your notes are much more blending into each other. So your first riff now, slow motion so far, and then your middle finger kicks into number 5 on the 3rd string, and then you jump back to fret number 3 for 3 fingers, 1 and 3 into frets 3 and 5. So the whole phrase now is something like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's your first phrase. Now the 2nd phrase is very, very similar. Just listen for the timing at the end. So when you do that quick little bend and release, you're automatically pulling off, and you're onto that 5th fret of the 3rd string. The next bar, which will be the next line down, it's exactly the same as the first, And then the last bar, you want to let the note ring, the very last note, so it should be. And you'll notice the vibrato, and you can hear the strings ringing as well. So try and keep that ringing as long as you can. That's the introduction for You Give Love a Bad Name. And then you're going to work down to this, which I'm going to zoom into the top of the guitar neck. You'll notice I'm largely using fingers 1 and 3 for this riff. Fingers 1 and 3 in frets 1 and 3 as well, so your fret number and finger number actually sort of coincide, and it's going to sound like this. And you can hear a bit of a pinch harmonic kick in at the end, which just sounds really, really cool. So try and get the pinch harmonic as well. And to help get the pinch harmonic, I'm going to focus now on what my picking hand is doing. So we're going to change the angle. I'm playing on a very basic electric guitar today as well, just to show you don't need a top end Strat or something like that. It works really well on this old chord. It's a very nice little guitar actually. And we need a lot of palm damping for starters. So you're resting your palm on those saddles. So as the strings come out here, your palm wants to rest on it. So I'm hoping that this angle can show you more or less where my palm is resting. And when I'm picking, you can hear the difference in notes. You can hear it's muted, now it's unmuted. Noisy, and now much more contained with the damping or palm and muting. Now to get those pinched harmonics later, you'll notice my thumb is extremely close to the string. So after I play the string actually sort of bounces against the side of the thumb to get that sound. And that sounds quite cool. So if you put the whole thing in context, it's going to sound something like this. Playing under the careful eye of Rick from Rick and Morty over here. So I better not get this wrong. Here we go. Want to play along with? 1, 2, 3, 4. And then it jumps to. Now you should actually have a tremolo bar in, which will give you the effect. I'm going to show you how to do it with a tremolo bar, so if you don't have one, get a similar action. This is the 3 and 4 that you'll see at the bottom tab, and you just go, and that sort of does a very tremolo type of effect. But if you got the whammy bar in place, this one has got the hole for it. I'm assuming you got a tremolo, or maybe it should go inside there, and if you dive it, it should do the same. Like I said, I'm not going to demonstrate now, maybe at the end of the video. Okay, so that's basically your introduction. Now when you start singing, you're going to be doing this riff a lot. So you're going to be going. Over and over and over again. So you're going to be really good with the riff, and then eventually get to an F. Now on the power chords, you'll notice there's a lot of power chords on the sheet. For those that are new to power chords, there's basically 3 ways we can play them. I like using my first finger and pinky, and I'm playing an F5 power chord. The 5 means power chord. I'm at fret number 1, fret number 3 on the 5th string, and you can see my fingers nice and clear, 1 and 3. Some guitarists like using 1 and 3, sorry, that was 1 and 4, 1 and pinky, and now it's 1 and 3. And some guitarists even like using 1, 3 and 4, but either way, depending which of the 3 you like, don't use the middle finger. And it should be like this. You're strumming strings 6, 5 and 4 for the F5. Like I said, this is my favorite. Some do this and some do this. You can hear it all sounds the same. Later there's going to be a B flat, which is basically this F taken down from B flats over here, played from the 5th string. Again, this shape or that shape, or this. So you can choose the power of choice there, whatever works for you. And there's a B flat. Now, when you get to the chorus, what's nice about this song, as well, a lot of nice things about this song, is that it doesn't got the typical down, down, up rhythm that we use so many songs. It's going to be. And what's interesting here is it's got a B flat here and a B flat here. So when I do the top line, it goes C to A flat, which is over here, fret 4. And then I go to B flat at fret 1, double strum, C. So the first one is, And when he sings You Give Love a Bad Name, I jump to A flat and then I do B flat over here. You give love bad name. Because if I do B flat here, I'll find the jump to E flat so much easier. So B flat fret 6, E flat fret 6, and then just easier on the movement. But if you want to go A flat, B flat, it's the same thing, but only hassle with this one over here, it's unnecessary jump. So just to revise, shot through the heart, but you're too late. That's the other words synchronize. You give love a bad name, and that's how the chords coincide with the rhythm. So I'm not going to try and sing like Bon Jovi, because then you're going to end up laughing and not watch the video. But I want you to think of the words as you go through it. So if you play through with me now, I'm going to take the chorus one through, and it does repeat, so play along with me and see how it goes. 1, 2, 3, 4, and sorry about that. Then it goes, you give love, and then it starts. And it sounds like that. Now, I did mention earlier, maybe I should show you what a tremolo does sound like for this part. Let's see what it sounds like. As you can see, definitely changed the guitar, the colors it did give away. But here's that tremolo arm whammy bar I spoke about that can go in a little gaatjie, a little hole. Okay, gaatjie is a Afrikaans word for those that are not South Africans. Right. When you do the 3 and 4 on top, that, and you're going to go. All he's basically doing is just pushing down on the tremolo arm to get the same effect, and that's how it's done. Okay, you've got basically all the tools you need for You Give Love a Bad Name. Hope you enjoyed it. If anybody needs the PDF, you've got my contact details. Inbox me or WhatsApp me, and otherwise have a fantastically awesome week. Cheers.